You've been fooled into battles. You fought slavery, you fought Reconstruction, Jim Crowism, poor education, this battle, poor this, poor that, this. Do you recognize that all of these things represent one thing? What is that? White supremacy. If you rid yourself of white supremacy, then all of these other things you've been fighting for will take care of themselves. But without ridding yourself of white supremacy, you will have new battles to fight from now on and evermore, because it will constantly throw a new battle up for you. As a matter of fact, this society is going to become more supremely racist when it is apparently non-racist. And that's where it's moving to at this point. I used to tell my students, when a white man tells you, let's not put race in this, he's being the most racist at that point. One day I'll come back and explain to you this thing. Andy Rudy was fired the other day, suspended, for making a statement. We shall not have these kind of statements on CBS. Did that give black people any new jobs? Does that mean we came to own CBS? Not a damn thing was changed, but Rooney is sitting out cooling his heels. So then you can have a society that removes all public expression of racism. You can have a society where people no longer overtly express racial hatred, and racist statement and behavior is outlawed, but you can still have a system that destroys millions and millions of black people. Colin Powell and others are the signs of that kind of racism, where the black middle class would be sitting in these jobs and positions defending the system. You must recognize that racism is not an attitude. It is not a feeling of hatred toward another people. All of that's going to be washed out. You must understand that racism and white supremacy is in the very structures and values of the institutions of the society itself. And until you revolve and change those structures and attitudes and values, you will always be under the bottom. I don't give a damn if white people express no hatred toward you.
You're playing into their hands. Let me speak to them, okay?
In the name of God, how much more are we supposed to take?
Take from what?
From you people.
I mean, you people. You sound like I'm a dog or something.
As we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
We want freedom! 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 We want freedom!
Don't you think we're doing it?
No! We need our rights. They want our rights. They're not going to give it to us.
Save our school!
And they don't have enough gumption to turn around and tell that Supreme Court to rule on the laws of the land rather than to mess with our children and ruin our education and put our country down.
You kidding, man.
Now, there were appointed officials, and we'll impeach every one of them if we have to get this country back where it belongs.
Man, by the time somebody do something, now, all of a sudden, the tide is turning a little bit. You see how things feel now. You all come upset, huh? You're all upset. Say somebody taking your rights away.
We want no trouble. We don't condemn these black people. They are human beings too. We understand that, but we want our school. And we're going to get it if we have to go to Washington to get it. We are doing what they have done many, many times. Now, is that wrong, people of this world today? Is it wrong that we stand up for a change? For the first time, we are standing up for our rights. What is wrong about that? And why did he have to come over here? To order us to do what they want us to do. Now we're not going to do it. That is over. These people fight for your rights. And I mean fight for what you think is right and what's in here to fight for.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. What's going on, Nicole Day? Shouts out to Cassidra in the building. You heard the white girl stand up for what you believe in. They done this time and time again. It's time for you to do what they have done.
You right, it is. She right. Well, so when we gonna do it? When we gonna start doing unto them? And by the way, I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good, Cassidra. I'm good. You doing good today?
I am. Yeah. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. I am.
That's good. No, Cassidra, I ain't gonna lie. I'm doing great. And um, what's funny? Um, the book had an unintended consequence. It got them. It got them so mad. They didn't call me the N word about 5 times, 6 times in the last.
Ain't that
I'm
something?
loving it.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something though?
I'm a
You can't
Democrat.
even
I'm all
tell
sorts of stuff.
you can't even tell their truth. I mean, what happened in the history is what they did to you, right? But they're mad about. What are you mad about the truth for? It's what you did. And that's what I don't understand. They don't want you talking about it, but they don't tell the Jews not to talk about their stuff, do they? But they'll tell you to forget about your history. Oh, that was so long ago. Well, no, it's not that long ago. Because guess what? You never changed. You're still doing the same stuff right now. So what's different? Ain't nothing different. Nothing.
Yeah. And consider me, they met the wrong one with me. I ain't got nothing to hold me back to say what I want to say. So I'm
Oh, I'm
enjoying
loving it.
every
I
minute.
love
I'm trolling them. You can't troll somebody if you get sensitive. Like you more sensitive than I did. Like,
it.
are you mad?
Exactly.
You mad because you a Neanderthal, but you try to call me the N word. But you mad.
Oh my
Shouts out
God,
to Adrian.
these are funny
Yeah.
individuals. You just have to step back and laugh because they don't know,
Yeah.
they don't have nothing, no argument. What's your argument? Tell them to show you the lie. Tell them to show you the lie. What are you mad about? I don't understand. Where's the anger coming from?
Yeah, well, I ain't
Is
go
it
that
your
far. I just go make them matter because it's right. We
I
all
love
know the
it.
lines, so
I
I ain't
love
worried
it.
about
I love it. You know I ain't mad. I love it.
it.
I love it. Just like she said, just like the woman said. Now we need to do what they doing, right? We need to
Mhm.
follow suit. Let's make her statement true. She said we've been doing what? We've been doing what? What we've been doing? We should have stayed doing what we were doing, and that's staying away from them. Separation was key, and we wouldn't be in the situation we're in today if we had to stay separate from them. Going to their schools was the worst thing ever. Coming moving into their neighborhood was the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
Ain't no reason, ain't no way in hell we should be where we are today. We should be so much farther, and we've just given up.
yeah,
We won't even try to separate. We won't even try to get our own schools. Don't even try to get our own communities anymore. We don't do anything. We hang up under them and then get mad when they don't want you in Starbucks. You get mad. What you mad about? Go build your own. You get mad because they killing you in the hospitals. Okay, go build your own. But you won't do anything different. So why are you
yeah.
mad? Now I'm gonna rest with
Yeah,
that.
well, no, I like it. Be mad, but and shouts
Yeah.
out to Major in the building. And
Oh,
let me show you. And yeah, if you want to get it, is out. And they like clicking on my like even on like Facebook, they trying to go to like my page and like go on my stuff. But yeah, they don't. I don't really care.
I don't understand what the anger is all about. Look, congratulations again on the book. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that means I made it, Cassidra. And also, y'all, this is Cassidra has these books too.
Oh,
She
see, there
got
you go.
the
That ain't
gratitude
about
journal.
Cassie. It's about forecast and
Nah, nah,
what you've done. That's
nah,
that
nah.
that
Yeah,
what
we
we
got.
need in every schools, and we needed it in our households. And now I
But
can get
these
my
two, this is important. The daily gratitude journal is very important. Um, and your story of mother's love too. Like, your story itself. Y'all definitely need to
wow.
check out
Thank
what
you.
Cassidra doing. Um, okay, show it again. Let's see.
Okay, Nicole. Nicole says she getting her. Okay, Nicole,
All right, there
awesome.
you go.
She
The
gonna get her
history.
copy. Good job. Me too, Nicole. Get my copy too.
Yeah, so and y'all get
It needs to
considered
be
book
in
in
every
here.
household. It needs to be in every household. Serious.
Yeah.
We need
So
to
the
never
history
forget
book.
because they're trying to take away our books now. They're trying to take everything away from us. They're trying to take away. Never let your children forget. This should be a history lesson in your house every day, because it ain't. You're not gonna not be black, and they need to handle their blackness. They need to be taught how not to drink somebody's piss. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? There's things that our children are doing that it shouldn't even be an issue. This is a thing we should be teaching them. You don't do this, you don't do this, and you don't. And it's sad we have to teach our children that, but we have to, but we need to. We need to never allow them to forget who the enemy is. And those are enemies, and they always will be, and they always have been, and they'll never change. And it's getting worse. Now they're eating the babies. Okay, come on now.
Mm.
Now they're eating your baby. Okay. So you know to watch your children. You know to hang on to your children. You know to hold on to tight. Get them off of them games. Because they coming. They will never change. These are not people. I keep telling y'all, who eats people? Those are not humans.
Now, Cassidra, you know what the 1090 effect is?
No, what?
All right, so I have to remind them that European whites or whatever, whatever you want to call them, they are less than 10% of the global population. Less probably, but less than 10%, but have committed over 90% of the crimes against humanity. Now that's just humanity, not talking about the animals and the plants and stuff. They have committed over 90% of the crimes against human, because you know how they like to be like, oh, 13% of the population, but
Exactly. They always doing that, yeah.
Mhm.
But the FBI told you
Right.
that they were the most dangerous. He said in when was it? 2019, 2016, or 2006, I'm thinking. The FBI told you that the white man was the most violent. So that being said, why aren't they doing something about it? Because that they're talking about themselves. So when you talk about suicide, you talk about the black hangings, you go, okay, why aren't you investigating it? Why would I investigate myself? Talking about the Epstein's file, talking about this, why is nobody arrested? Why would we arrest ourselves? We have to understand that all that talk that they talk about black people is them. They always deflecting their behaviors on us. They'll point fingers and say, well, you just do that. No, you're the most dangerous. And then you want to teach me how to raise my child? No, not what you're doing with your child. You eating the babies, and I'm not gonna ever let them forget that. You guys are not humans. Those are not humans.
Now,
Those are the fallen seeds. We need to understand that, and I'm gonna keep saying it so we understand who we're dealing with. But go ahead.
now I want to now I showed this like probably like a year or two ago. Now the basketball player here, he wants to rebuild Black Wall Street with his contract. You know, this is what he said.
What do you plan to do with the generational wealth? I mean, what do you plan
Damn, I
to
can't
do
hear it.
off and on the floor with this new contract?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Well, that's a great question. I want to launch a project to bring.
Hold on, I'm gonna go off because
Black
I
Wall
can't
Street
hear it.
to Boston. I want
Okay, because we can hear, but go ahead. We can hear it though.
I think there's analytics that supports that, stimulating the wealth gap could actually be something that could be betterment for the entire economy. With the biggest financial deal in NBA history, it makes sense to talk about 1 year investment in community, but 2, also, the wealth disparity here that nobody wants to talk about. It's top 5 in the US. It's something that we can all improve on. It's unsettling. And I think through my platform, through influential partners, through selected leaders, government officials, a lot who are in this room, that we can come together and create new jobs, new resources, new businesses, new ideas that could, highlight minorities, but also stimulate the economy and the wealth gap at the same time. I think that could be a mix of commercial entities, real estate, residentials as well. Boston could be, a fully integrated, self-sufficient, hub,
Right now, I don't know about Boston, but I get the idea. But since he said this, Cassidra, they've been like kind of messing with the brother
Of
the whole
course.
time.
Hell yeah. Look at T.I. T.I. is doing what? A whole community, right? And what if it's to do? He went and started talking about the brother. You have to understand, anytime you do anything for your own, you got to go. We didn't give you that money for you to take care of niggas. I'm just going to say it. I'm just saying it. And he should have shut his mouth until you did what you needed to do. It should have just build it and don't say nothing. Do what you need to do. Don't come on talking about it. Just be about it. Now, he didn't put his mouth out there, his stuff out there. Now, of course, they're gonna mess with him. You're gonna build a what? With whose money? Yes, we gave it to him. They gave it to him, but then now they say, I gave it to you, I can take it away. So guess what? They're going to bring him up on all kind of sexual harassment charges and everything else. They're going to bring women that he slept with when he was 2. I'm just saying. But they'll never change. They give it to you, and then what they do, Oprah, they take it away, right? Come on now. P. Diddy, they give it to you. R. Kelly, and they take it away. Bill Cosby, and they take it away, right? And then they turn around and marry you off with one of these white women. So they're going to take it regardless. Either you're going to marry a white woman and give it back to them. You're definitely not going to build in your community. You're not going to help Black people do anything. Just like Gaddafi wanted to give Black folk how many millions of dollars? And they told Louis Farrakhan no, that he couldn't even accept the money. What kind of shit is that? You ain't giving us nothing, but you don't want nobody else to give us nothing? Come on now. These people will never change. And we should never forget who we dealing with. And I rest with that.
Yeah, and I'm only showing you this because this what happened like last week. Like I showed it before, but I definitely wanted to show you. So they start the police picking with them and stuff.
Last weekend, Boston Celtics star Jaylen Brown hosted a gathering in Beverly Hills during an NBA All-Star weekend. Beverly Hills police shut down that get-together before it could start. And Brown now says he believes the police action was racially motivated. Tonight, a number of religious and activist groups are coming together to demand an investigation into the Beverly Hills PD.
That's right. They accuse the department of longstanding racism and racial profiling targeting African Americans. Chris Wolf is live in Beverly Hills with more. Chris.
Good evening, Cher and John and everybody. An attorney and community leader spoke out today against the Beverly Hills Police Department. They were talking about multi-million-dollar class action lawsuits.
Good.
And also
give them some more money for that Black Wall Street. Good.
Attorney General.
Good.
We're trying to just get some answers because we paid a lot of money for this and we're not really getting a clear reason of why we got to shut it down.
Well, you applied for a permit, the permit was denied, and you guys still had the event.
The owner didn't say we needed a permit. And it's not a party. We was just doing a panel.
NBA All-Star and Boston Celtics guard Jaylen Brown says Beverly Hills police wrongly shut him down.
You know, when you and words get together as a party.
Leadership event at a private home during the NBA All-Star weekend.
I know I play for the Celtics, and I know we in LA, but hey, I ain't think y'all was gonna do me like this. So apparently we got to get up out of here. Some shit.
The city of Beverly Hills later apologized, saying police were working with inaccurate information. But others say the pro basketball buzzkill was just indicative of a wider problem of racial profiling within the Beverly Hills Police Department. And some of the loudest voices of opposition talked with the media outside the department Monday. Brad Gage is co-counsel.
All right, Cassidra. So I just wanted to show you that.
I mean, but where's the lie? The PD, California has always been racist. All the time. Nothing changes. What happened when they beat Rodney? Remember the guy Rodney? Way back in the day. They beat that boy so bad. And they had the riot. But it's still nothing changed. Yeah, they gave him all this money, but the city still didn't change. So what are we doing? He said he's shocked, he's surprised. Why are you shocked? Why are you surprised? This is what they do. They will never change. I keep telling Black folk that. And just like Nicole mentioned, the guy on Tourette's, right? Let's talk about that Tourette syndrome thing. Okay,
we're gonna get to it because I need to hear what you had to say because I'm tired. I gotta hear it.
They gonna never hold themselves accountable.
We'll get to that.
Talk about when you pull it up. It's okay. Yeah, talk about that. Go ahead.
No, because I know you want to talk about this too, though, because with the brother here, that they found the brother. And
some blessings, peace and blessings, all praises due to the Most High. And this from a tree. Now, there's no news coverage of this yet, but there is a lot of social media information that is circulating. So I'm going to share a little bit of those social media posts with you. And so there's Georgia. He has owned one of Samari's best friends since 6th grade. All the family and friends are distraught. So this is a missing person flyer. Last seen Reflection Student Housing. So once again, that alleges that he is a student. And here's another post. A 21-year-old man was found hanging at Fair Oaks Park in Marietta, Georgia on Wednesday. Police haven't identified the victim yet, but it is believed to be the missing 21-year-old Cal Basinga, who was last seen leaving Georgia State University in lynching rather than self-unalivement or self-inflicted. No official statement from law enforcement or major news sources has labeled it as such. And once again, you see him here out in the woods, in the wilderness. So that is where, with the police, just watch.
I'm gonna start walking out because this lady's starting to treat me like I'm some crazy. A random car drives behind me close like that. What? Bro, look where you are on the sidewalk right here. You was driving close, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm just gonna tell you again to chill out, stop screaming, and don't get in my face, okay? That's the last time you can get in my face.
I'm not even close to you right now, gang. Just give me my shit and I can go about my business. Cause this is low-key illegal what you just did. You just checked me for no reason. What was your reason for getting my ID?
You said you were a student, so I asked your parents.
No. What was your initial reason?
Policy?
Cause you see my hoodie. I have a Georgia State hoodie on, bro. It's time, bro, and I'm really speaking to myself when I say this, bro. Like, it's no longer time to sit on your all day, bull and all that, bro. It's really time to get to it, bro. Fear is not real. It's not a real emotion. Like, obviously, it's fight or flight, but you're not supposed to fear a human being. And I say this to say, like, you should never let anyone try to downplay you or downsize you. Because at the end of the day, we're all equal. We're all human beings. We're all equal, bro. And for someone to put fear into you is a form of showing that, yo, I'm not equal towards you. I'm actually above you. So you should never let anyone put that fear in your heart, man. Walk with God in your heart. If you got God in your heart, you shouldn't need to fear anybody except God. But yeah, I'm gonna start walking now because it's already started.
All right.
And before you go in, Cassidra, let me just show you. Let's see. I think it was this one, right? I don't know. I lost track. My bad.
It was important for us to address the tragedy that has occurred here within our county.
Cobb County Chairwoman Lisa Cupid and Police Chief Dan Farrell gave an update about the death of 21-year-old Kyle Basinga. Basinga had been reported missing February 14th. Days later, his body was found hanging from a tree in Fair Oaks Park.
Having a lot of misinformation out there in the community is also creating to a great sense of unease about what is occurring.
Cobb County Police say the investigation is still active and is being handled by the Major Crimes Unit. Among other things, they looked at surveillance video that showed Basinga entered a wooded area at the park alone, and there are no signs anyone else was involved in his death.
Based on the evidence collected thus far, there have been no indicators that another person was involved in this incident.
Chief Farrell says there was a delay in releasing some information because they had not had a chance to sit down with family members who are traveling from out of the country.
I do understand that when information is limited, the speculation grows. The social media commentary can certainly amplify the uncertainty.
This is 2026. We hope this didn't happen, but we want to make sure that we really pay attention.
Gerald Rose with the New Order National Human Rights Organization says he's been contacted by people across the country. He says they're watching the investigation closely and are planning a vigil Tuesday for Basinga.
And just for you to, last thing, Cassidra, and then you go.
Are you serious? You want us to believe that? But they up in a tree and top 2026, the police, they aren't cooperating and they ruled it as a suicide. Kyle's death as a suicide. So he got up in a tree and tied a rope around his neck and unalived himself. Are you serious? You want us to believe that? But they think we're that dumb, but we not dumb. We need to be made aware and stay woke. We're walking around like lynching and slavery happened 50, 60, 100 years ago. No, it's happening today. And the news outlets still aren't covering our stories. So if you see this video and you see any other video about Kyle and you live in Atlanta, we need to spread the word about what's going on, because our kids are living in Atlanta and Tennessee and the surrounding areas of Marietta, Georgia, and Stone Mountain, Cobb County, Marietta, Georgia. I literally was there. I worked in Stone Mountain. Yes, 2 days ago. I was passing Georgia State a couple days ago. Kyle's story could have been my story or your story or your daughter's story or your son's story. And if we don't spread the word that the news won't cover our stories, and we don't start covering our stories ourselves and covering ourselves in the blood of Jesus and standing up and making ourselves aware, this is going to keep happening. I'm not going to give up hope that lynchings won't stop happening. I'm just going to pursue harder on lynchings to stop happening. And by spreading the word, that is a fraction of.
Well, I'm just saying that the answer is if you want lynchings to stop happening. I'm not gonna say the answer because then.
Well, I'm gonna say
y'all
it.
not-
Let me say it. You ain't gotta say it. Let me say it. Until your ass get up and start doing unto them what they have done to us, nothing is going to change. Just like he had that altercation, 2 days later, he was gone, right? He had that altercation with the police, and 2 days later, their brother was in a tree, and they said suicide. The cops are in on it, the DAs are in on it, the coroner is in on it, and the attorney general. And you mean to tell me that we're gonna sit up here and not rise up globally across the fucking nation? Black folk need to rise up, and until we do something about this, nothing is going to change. They said, oh, it's suicide. Bitch, we know it's not. Let's stop with this. Let's stop with the suicide. Black folk don't know how to tie no rope. Black folk, we're not alive, but we're not going to do that to ourselves. That's not something that black folk do, okay? Check out that police officer that stopped him. That's where you start. You start right there. Right there. Because guess what? If I tell you there's suicide, then I don't have to investigate myself. If I tell you it's suicide, then your parents not going to get paid because of a suicide. And then in the insurance policy, it'll tell you can't get paid if it's suicide. We have to understand all of them are in cahoots with this. So what are we as black folk going to do? Me and somebody else talked about this yesterday. Black folk talk about this, but we do nothing about it. We get mad about it, but we don't do anything. Stop it. Until we're ready to do something, then we shouldn't even be bringing it up. Let's stop talking about it. Because the more you talk about it, the more energy you give to them. No, let's be about it. Remember Lucius? Maybe we need to remind them about Lucius. When they came and messed with him, what happened? 20 of the KKK came up missing, right? What did he say? Oh, well, they went to Lucius and said, hey, 20 of our members gone. He said, what? They must have went out, left town, right? Okay, then when some of them start leaving town, then they'll understand. Stop messing with black folk. We're not bothering you. You come over here, then you're going to have to leave town. Just like those 20 KKK members did. We have to stop with all of this. Oh, it's 2025. I don't care. Yes, they still doing this in 2026. What are you going to do about it? Let's stop talking about it and let's be about it. Because it's not going to stop. Bullies don't stop until you stop them. Crackers don't stop until you stop them. These people are not real. He had that altercation and came up missing 2 days later. Start with that officer. That's what we start with. You get his ass over there. Okay, he leaves town. And then you're going to have a whole list. Because he going to give you the list before he leaves town. He going to give you the list because I guarantee you that brother, that cop knew what happened. Who did it? Because he was part of it. You think the police isn't part of this? Hell yeah. That's why the people coming up missing so easy. Because you got them thugs in blue that's behind it. They helping, just like they did back in the day. When they let them guys out at 12 o'clock at night from the jail, then they come up missing. Who let them? Who helped? The police, because the police will stop them. Then the crazy come the mob. It's still happening. You think it stopped? No, it's still happening. Do we know the history of Georgia? Cobb County? Look up the history of Cobb County. That's what we're forgetting. We're forgetting about the Green Book. We're forgetting about these sundown towns. You think they don't still exist? Yeah, hell yeah, they exist. They still exist. Truck drivers still coming up missing. And that's dispatch doing that. Dispatch is in on that, sending them to them sundown towns. Just like the one guy came up and told you about the man that his truck broke down. He called dispatch. The dispatch said, we can't get there right away. It's going to take us 3 hours or 4 hours. And then the police came and got the boy and said, you can't stay here. You got to go. Why we know it's sundown towns are still sundown towns or sundown towns? No, we ought to shut all them towns down. Get a group of our veterans, put them in a sundown town and have your way and go at it. Seriously, they don't run nothing. You got them crackers coming over Senegal, talking about an all-white city in a black country. Are you fucking kidding me? What are we doing? Burn it down. You have no business coming anywhere talking about only whites. See, this is stuff that happens when you don't take care of one problem, it leads into 15 more problems with them. You have to shut it down early with them. The first time somebody came up missing, came up hung, they should have went and took care of that. The little boy called and told his mom, Mom, my boss is messing with me. Come up dead, right? Came up unalive. What happened? Nothing. Did you go after the boss? No. Did anything happen? No. Okay, so what's going to stop it? We know it's happening. We have to stop with this. We got to stop talking about stuff like this and we're not ready to do nothing. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of talking about it. Period.
Oh, that's a good point. Now, consider why, and look, you know, well, one white boy that did go out of town, right? And look, and now they mad about it. I showed you this one, consider, because with the brother Carmelo Anthony.
Back
oh yeah, that dude right there. I got
over a year ago.
I'm sick of him too.
Carmelo Anthony case.
Keep your damn hands to yourself. That's what I told him.
You
that's right.
Don't know about this case was a very
He's like, oh, I don't want
you're gonna be coming up missing on your vacation.
And the trial is coming up in about 4 months.
That's why I was like, yeah. He was like, I don't understand what you're saying. I was like, well, the white boy, he got the message. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to learn the hard way.
Was he biased anyway?
Be in the limelight.
Sit up there telling me why he out of jail. The same reason Cal Rittenhouse stayed out of jail. Who killed two people? Shot 3.
10-year-old. It was a 10-year-old named Carmelo Anthony, and he said he's not welcome under the tent. There is some controversy about what transpired at that
controversy
moment.
Now.
We know what transpired. That wasn't in boys' tent, and it wasn't in their place to say nothing. They should have minded their business.
Carmelo Anthony to say, touch me and watch what I do to you.
That's right.
Supposedly Austin.
But why did he say that though? He didn't tell you that part when the white boy walked up in his face, did he? And then the white boy touched him. Then he didn't say that part though, did he? Okay, let's get the truth. If we're gonna talk about the story, let's get the truth. Carmelo was under a tent because it was raining. Doesn't matter whose tent. The white boys wasn't even on no track, no football team, track team, nothing. Why was they out there? They didn't even have to approach him to say nothing. But this is what Ken and Karen's do. They mind everybody else's business except their own. He was under the tent because it was raining. And then they come up there and say, hey, you don't belong under this tent. Who are you to tell me why I don't belong? You don't belong telling me what to do. Go over there and mind your business. That's what he should have told him. But he told him, touch me. And I said, it was a threat. That's why he told him, touch me and you'll see. Why did he have to say that? Because those white boys was up in his face. Those white boys, they were twins and they were huge. These were brothers. They were known for bullying people. So now you got a black child that's defending himself. Now you want to convict him of life to death because he handled his business. No, you can't make us afraid to handle our business. You trying to make our children afraid to fight, but they can come up there and make you drink piss, and then you get off because I tell you you're racist. And then now I got to pay you for saying that. What is this? What is going on in this? What is going on here? Get your children away from them so our kids don't have to keep going through this. Get your own schools. Get your own space. Get your own community. Black folk, get away from them. Delineation is key. Separation is the only way that we're going to get out of this alive, period. Because if not, they're going to keep on hanging you, and then you're going to have to keep on defending yourself, and then you're going to jail because you're defending yourself because they want you to die first. Just like Ozone in jail because he defended himself from that police officer. Oh, it's so many more cases we could talk about. Now you got this baby getting ready to go into their racial injustice justice system, trying to hold a court when they already know the boy, they already going to deem him guilty. We already know the end. But I'm gonna tell you what wouldn't be mad, because he'd be out of he'd be gone. I wouldn't put my child in that. He gone. We're gonna send you somewhere else. You're not even going through their little racist system. Just like Shakur. Where did she went? She was in the Black Panthers. They had to move her to Cuba for her to live peacefully. Okay, what's wrong with us doing that today? Get him out of there. Ain't nobody going through their racial system. They won't even convict these nasty people eating these babies, and you have them on file. You have pictures of your president with underage girls, and you do nothing. But now you're trying to convict him because he want to defend himself from 2 bullies that was bullying him. I'm not going to jail for you because I did what I need to do, period. Because if it was a black boy who they killed, they wouldn't even be this hard on. They would, not guilty. You can do anything. Just like Daniel Penny killed the black dude on train, not guilty. Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3, murdered 2, and walked. Didn't spend a day in jail. He wasn't even in jail until his trial. But you want this brother to spend the days in jail until his trial. No, do unto others. And that's what I'm tired of. But I'm gonna rest with that one. I'm sick of it.
And that's all facts. And we're gonna talk about that award thing or Michael B. Jordan thing in a second, but because I didn't even show you this one, this part of it. So check this out.
Carmelo Anthony is only months away from his day of reckoning in court. But in the meantime, he has just received a huge dose of karma.
Look at the pictures he's
will
putting.
surely seal his fate. I'll show you a quick recap video from the #1 journalist responsible for exposing the Anthonys and the details of this case so far. Like 90% of what you've seen online.
What's going on.
Now check this out.
It's a pretty big deal, and I need to explain to you all what's going on. For months now, I have been targeted, harassed, and smeared and lied about by Tiffany Billions and her associates. Tiffany Billions is the advocate for the Anthony family and Carmelo. Carmelo Anthony is the 17-year-old who is now 18, who allegedly stabbed Austin Metcalf in the heart on April 2nd at Frisco High State.
And why did he do that?
I reported on the Anthony case from day one. I provided context that was not given by the mainstream media. Documents from the court via
every time they agree, they lie. We don't give a damn what
emails and information about their.
I think her report was the N-words didn't do what he said to do, and so that's probably
Guess
her
what?
report.
Guess what? They never do what they say. They always lie. Every time they open their mouth, they lie. She get ready to tell a whole lie right here. A whole lie. That's all they know how to do is slip and tell lies about something because they want this baby to go to jail because he defended himself. I'm gonna stand on that. He defended himself because, for one, that dude, them brothers ain't have no business walking up to him saying shit to him about nothing. If you wanted him out the tent for whatever reason, you should have went to the coach. You ain't had no business opening your mouth. You was under the tent. You weren't even on the track team, right? Why was you under the tent, little boy? And he told you. You said what you said. He told you to walk away. He said, "Touch me," and he touched him. And he told him, "Well, I'm gonna do this if you touch me." You ain't no business touching him. Why you put your hands on him? Because they was coming to bully, and those boys had a long line of bullying. People knew them boys. They didn't have pictures with guns too. Why didn't she put that picture up there of the white boys with the gun? Okay, don't just put the black boy up there. Put the white boy up there with guns. His whole family. Even his dad was harmful to his mother. That's why they're not together. Oh, let's tell the whole story. Don't just tell half a story. And that's what these crackers do. They come on here and they lie. They want you to point the finger at this black boy for defending himself. And I'm going to say it again. He defended himself. If you put your hands on anybody, know that consequences are coming, period. So keep your hands to yourself. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let you, I'm going to rest with that, but I'm going to keep, I'm not done. Because she getting ready to get some more lies.
My exposure and my reporting reached millions, including my advocacy for the children who were placed in danger, who were witnesses on the arrest report, who were being doxxed by these advocates and their associates. And it was my honor to assist the parents with making sure that a protective and a gag order was put into place. Because of my reporting and the attention that it received, I was first targeted.
They were separated, so she had to go to one place and then the other one.
By
Single mom here.
The next advocate. The smear campaigns, the petitions, and the lies were never ending. They accused me of being a meth addict, a drug I have never touched in my life.
And you are.
I probably, I would
And
agree.
you
They
are.
accused me of receiving leaked documents illegally,
And
unethically
you did.
from a county clerk.
She's telling you just what she
So
did, y'all. Listen.
they targeted her and her office until she was subsequently and unfairly fired. The clerk never sent me anything, and this will be made
Yes, she
clear in
did.
discovery. They have
She
also
did.
used an individual by the name of Charleston White, who has also targeted me and repeated these lies on his podcast that reached thousands of people. I was labeled a
Good.
bigot and a racist, and my integrity
you
as a
are.
journalist was attacked. I
And
was
you
also
are.
personally attacked by Tiffany. She doxed my home. She doxed
Good.
me. She doxed my
Good.
children and
Good.
threatened them, saying that
Good.
they were going to pay if I kept
Good.
talking. She also accused me of being
You're paying now too.
daughter being sexually molested, telling people that my daughter was abused and that I allowed it to happen. This
And
is
you
a
did.
lie.
Damn,
And you did.
dude.
This is what y'all do. We know. We know them. That's what they do.
And
Yeah,
I
it is European culture.
loose lips
Exactly. That's their
revealed
culture. That's what they
that
ain't
Drew
done nothing
Anthony
about
was in
everything.
direct contact with Tiffany Billions, aka Tiffany McAdoo, and Charleston White, per their own admission. Drew has repeatedly been told to separate himself from these people, especially Tiffany, who has spent week by week by week disparaging me and my family, as well as saying
ain't nobody listening to you. Ain't nobody
He
care.
has
Good,
called
good.
worm food and has said that his brother should be buried with him. Drew has
He is worm food though.
Exactly.
with her.
Both of them.
And
That's what he should have stabbed both
said,
of them.
That woman is a beast at putting things on other people. Tiffany also submitted a legal document to the courts claiming that she indeed is the spokesperson for the Anthony family.
So all the things that the sister did was legal, and everything that she did was illegal.
Exactly.
And she's filing the
So come
lawsuit.
on. This
Oh.
is what they do, though. They deflect. So now they want to make this baby looking like a thug. He's not. This dude, Anthony, is an honor roll student. Let's talk about that. He has never gotten into trouble. His parents are great parents. No record, no nothing. Y'all not talking about that because if this boy was a thug, like they want to claim, they'd have had it all on the news. Well, he did this when he was 2. He did this when he was 3. He did this when he was 10. He did this when he was 15. Wouldn't they? But you ain't got nothing to say. So all you can do is come up with a picture, but you didn't put the white boy. The white boy had a picture of the same thing. Why you not pulling that out? It's time for us as black folk to be honest. What they going to do in that court with this brother, they're going to crucify him. We know that. But guess what? If it was my child, they wouldn't even get an opportunity to crucify him. Period. Until y'all send them gangsters in DC to jail for molesting them babies, all the courts should be shut down until they do what's right in Washington, D.C. How they've been eating the babies, raping the babies, having sex with them girls. You have a whole sex farm. You have names, you have pictures, you have dates, and they do nothing. Now you want to come here and hose and tell this black boy you're not allowed to defend yourself? Bullshit. You shouldn't have touched him. He told you, don't touch me. He told it. Didn't he tell him? He told him. So guess what? He touched him. That's a sign right there that the dude was self-defense. Because the white boy touched him. Those 2 white boys was coming to bully him. So guess what? One had to go home to be with his daddy, the devil, right? One of them had to go see his daddy because he touched somebody, because he ran his mouth trying to tell the black boy, you ain't got
And
no
the other
business.
one ran.
And the other one ran. Guess what? End of story. Self-defense. That's really what it should have been, because it would have been that if the black boy had died, they'd have said, oh, it's self-defense. And it wouldn't even be a case right now. But because the black boy was defending himself from the white boy, because obviously the white boy touched him, because he told you, if you touch me, you're going to see. Ain't that what he said? Okay, he touched him. So it's self-defense. That's enough of the case right there. Case solved. Case closed. Go home, Anthony, and let that be a lesson to all crackers. Stop touching black children. Stop touching us. Stop talking to us. Go away. Go and disappear. Go into your homes. Go into your communities and live your life. Black folks tired. We're not messing with y'all. We don't do nothing to them until they come to us and they run their mouth and they touch you. Then they touch you. Then you defend yourself. Now they're ready to put you in jail for millions of years because you defended yourself. No, my son wouldn't be in this legal justice system. I guarantee you it. I guarantee you it. Because it's not going to be a fair trial. We already know. How do you get a fair trial out of this? You can't. You won't. They're not even going to fake and shake and get his baby a fair trial. His parents would be crazy to even allow him to go to court. Because we already know what they're planning. They know what they plan. They already know the outcome. You can't defend yourself if you black in this country. Look at Ozone. He defended himself against a crooked cop that had a mile-long record against the police department that has millions and millions and millions of complaints. But you defend yourself and you got to go to jail for defending yourself because you ain't supposed to defend yourself when these crackers touch you. You supposed to sit up there and take it. No, we ain't taking nothing. Burn this bitch down. They put that baby in jail. America needs to go up in flames. Now, Cobb County, America should be in flames right now, dealing with that Cobb County Police Department. We know Cobb County, the police department that hung that brother. We know they have a load of complaints. It's time for black folk across America to rise up. There's not enough National Guards to control black folk because it's more of us than it is them. And we have to understand that. You don't have enough National Guards in the country when black folk rise up globally. And that's what we should be doing right now. Because we have plenty to rise up about. And it's time for us to do it now. Period. I rest with that.
Well, no, Cassidra, yeah, of course, that's why I'm glad, I couldn't wait to come on here today, and I'll move on, right? Y'all, unless y'all want me to play more, but we'll go to
no, we done with that cracker. She ain't got nothing to say. We don't believe shit she got to say because we know every time they lie, every time they open their mouth, every time they breathe, every time they wake up, they start lying. They want to deflect. They always want to put their stuff on us. But got a picture of him. Where's the picture of the white boy? That's how we know it's biased. You got his regular picture. Show him with his gun. Because we have pictures with the white boy with the same picture. But you didn't put that up there, did you? Because your ass is being biased. This is what you do. You deflect, you bias. So everything that the girl said you did, Tiffany said you did, you did. You are nothing. Trying to come on here and convince black folk of what? And then tell a whole story. One white girl came on the page talking about this Anthony on my page. Oh, right. Because we had a picture up there, or it was on somebody's page, right? And I made a comment. She said, oh, well, here's the true story. Bitch, get off. Why are you talking to me? Because I asked, why are you talking to me? Because I don't believe nothing y'all crackers got to say. You can't come and tell me nothing about the brother. I already know the story. And she was telling me some wild and out stuff. This was crazy. This is what they do, though. They'll tell you something to make you look so bad. But I'm going to tell you what, I hope the attorney is honest and tell them about this justice system. Now, yeah, they're going to want you to see, they're going to want you to look at the black boy this way, this way, and this way. Be honest, because that's the system we live in. They're going to come up with all kind of pictures like this, because this is the system we live in. They want to see black boys as thugs. That's why she put the picture up there. Show us the white boy looking like a thug with his gun, because he got one. You didn't put that up there, so we already know you biased. So you can have a whole seat, because we're not listening to you. But go ahead. I'm gonna rest with that one for now.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I think, yeah, I know, and that's why I think it's important that we do talk about the brother, and even like that young sister who defended herself when that little cracker girl tried to fight her, and then she had to remove a piece of her skull.
Still in jail for nothing. But that's what they do. They use their system against you to stop you from rising. I wish you had a picture of him up. I wish you had that picture with that boy holding a gun. You should have had his picture up there. Because she's just not going to show it. She's not going to put it up there. We should see the real white boy with him holding a gun. Because we seen him. They have him out there. But she didn't put that picture up, though, did she? We know why. Oh, she wouldn't dare put that picture up there. We're going to make the black boy look like what the society called them. Thugs. No, bitch, you the thug. You and your whole family, all of them that look like you are thugs. You're cowards. You're nothings. They want to act like you're something. You ain't nothing. And this system is failing because of them.
Look, less than 10% of the population and over 90% of the crimes against humanity.
Say it again. I can't say it again. I ain't hear you. Say it again.
Less than 10% of the global population, but over 90% of the crimes against humanity.
Crimes against humanity, and they're not done yet. They're not going to be done until they try to do away with all the people that don't look like them. This is what they do, and then they deflect. Then they want to point fingers. Oh, you did this to me. Well, what did you do to me? Because guess what? We don't do anything until they do something to you. And the black boy Anthony said, "Touch me, and you will see." What did the white boy do? He touched him, and he saw.
And he saw.
Now he's looking at his daddy, the devil.
And that's for any other white boy who touched somebody, and they say you're gonna see.
Touch me and you'll see. And what happened? That's how we know that that's how we know Anthony was defending himself. Because he said, touch me and you'll see. They telling you. So the white boy touched him. He had no business touching him. That's self-defense. Period. I don't care how you twist it. But they want to twist it to mean something else. No, he told him, do not touch me. He told the white boy, do not touch me. And what did the white boy do? He touched him because he thought he was lying. Because he's been taught they're not going to touch you. They can't touch you. You can do what you want to them. That's what they teach them at home. That's what they show them in schools. These black kids can't touch you. Because if they do, we're going to handle them. But this one, he touched him and he saw. So now what? Now what's the complaint?
That's right.
And now he's looking up. Looking up.
Well, he ain't looking nowhere now.
He looking up because he's in hell right now, Bernie. Good. He with his daddy. So now what? Because you touch somebody, you have to be touched. But go ahead.
Cassidra, right? Because and they was like, why the babies? This is a good example of why the babies here. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But my friend, like, what's funny is like last week, a friend of mine, right, was like, yo, what about the babies? And I was like, what about them? And then they was like, okay, well, what about the disabled? And like, what about I'll be like, yo, I'll roll the wheelchair in the middle of the street while they, you know what I'm saying? And they were like, oh, damn, that's
roll it in the river. Get the nearest river, swim for it.
Like, you'd be like, you slow? Okay, come this way, but
roll them in the river.
And then what's funny is they always prove you right. Like,
always.
Right after that.
Always.
Right after that, you had your boy here.
Deborah and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making. We're here to
So if you don't know, they was like, the dude was like, oh, he accidentally said the N-word, right? He accidentally did it.
The N-word today said this.
Sometimes my text I'll shout the N-word,
that can get you in trouble.
People misunderstand that and they see it as being racist. And that's one thing I ain't racist.
No, of course not.
You can't control what is supposed to
the least racist one.
Because if you're standing out there and you shout out the N-word or the B-word, and someone's walking past, they're going to think you're just being rude or racist.
And you know what's funny though? I got a tick too though, right? Because anytime somebody calls me the N-word, my tick is I smack them in the face. I can't control it. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and you know what's funny? Every time that I've seen it in real life, like every time, right? Like four or five times, the white boy did get punched in the face. I wasn't there for some of them, but like I heard of like in my school type of thing, or they end up with a broken nose or something like that. So like that's a tick. You can't get mad at me if I got a tick or I'm like, oh, and oh damn, my bad. I couldn't control my reactions. You know what I'm saying? There's a tick.
Triggers are a massive thing for Tourette.
I'm triggered, right?
Social space like this. Things like certain noises outside can trigger someone walking along the street that's maybe a bit overweight.
You hear that, right? So it's a trigger. It has to be a trigger. You know what the trigger is? Some N-words walking past. It makes me want to say N-word.
That Tourette said the N-word, and I guess I got my answer.
All right. You definitely got your answer, my guy.
They'll never change.
An apology. It was more so, sorry if you were offended. Sorry if you thought that my words had meaning. Sorry if you don't understand my condition. It had no compassion or empathy for maybe I don't understand the weight of those words.
They don't understand. I know you got the same condition as me, Cassidra, so they don't sympathize with us. If a white boy yelled the N-word at you, you just like your arm just comes up and hits their face. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. You can't control it or whatever. You know.
But the sad part is they want to make an excuse. They never hold themselves accountable. We know that. So did the white boy or did he Tourette? Did that demon have anything else to say throughout the rest of the night? That's what we got to understand. Let's go with the story that it was a mistake. Okay, let's go with that. But did he make any more mistakes? Saying anything else throughout the whole the rest of the program? Or was it just that moment? Or was it really a mistake? You understand what I'm saying? Because Tourette, you just speak out, right? You just speak out with Tourette. But was that the only incident? Was he quiet the rest of the night? Because Tourette, you're not going to be quiet, right? Why was he there in the first place? If you know that you're going to shout out, in a place that's quiet and they presenting awards. Why are you there? Why didn't you stay home and get your award from home? Because they said he was there getting an award. You don't need an award since you speak out of turn. You're shouting out in places where you ain't got no business speaking. Then you should stay home. But we're gonna make that excuse that it's okay because he got some kind of whatever. But did he say anything else after that moment? Did he shout out any more words to anybody else? Because Tourette's is uncontrollable, right? But the strange part, he didn't say nothing else. But we're gonna make an excuse why this is okay. It's never okay.
Oh, we've been trying to find excuses for them to say that. Remember last week, it was okay if a good white called a black dude a house N-word, that's okay too. Apparently,
we always making excuses for them, always, and that's what the problem is. Black folk not holding these crackers accountable. Black folk not holding the Nephilim seeds, the Neanderthals accountable.
I'm telling you, like you might run into somebody with a tick that be like N-word, like it's just, oh my bad, I just act this way.
Exactly.
When somebody says something like that,
Controversy this morning, the BBC apologizing to BAFTA viewers after several obscene outbursts from Tourette's activist John Davidson were heard on a broadcast. Davidson is the inspiration for the movie I Swear, which was nominated for 6 awards and took home the leading actor.
Now, I do think he was doing that just to promote his movie, right? So he was probably
diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome at the age of 12. It's a neurological condition that can
See, it's a condition that happens in my head. I can't control my arm when I see a cracker disrespecting a black person. Now, once we get that tick, you think they have way more self-control then if it's consequences every time there's an action. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how much self-control they'll develop then.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
A racial slur could be heard while the men presented the award for Best Visual Effects. Jordan and Lindo looked startled, but continued on. Host Alan Cumming later asking the audience for their understanding.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. Tourette's syndrome is a disability.
All right, blah, blah, blah.
I've been with Tourette's for over 30 years. I know firsthand what it feels like.
So this is his apology, right?
I feel truly sorry for what happened at the BAFTA ceremony. I want to be clear, I had absolutely no racist intent. I've spent my whole life trying to challenge prejudice.
The least racist person ever.
With Tourette's for over 30 years. I know firsthand what it feels like to be misunderstood and labelled. Because of that, I would never knowingly hurt any community or stand behind any form of discrimination. I really hope people won't judge
your
me.
blackness is a disability, apparently.
Tourette's isn't acting out, and it's not trying to offend. It's a neurological condition that.
So why are they trying to compare disabled to like black? Oh, we struggle too. Like, hold on, like, you trying to say blackness is a disability or something because you retarded? You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think he's that retarded myself, but it is what it is.
Understanding and compassion. The words are.
I mean, I guess they all are retarded, so never mind.
There's symptoms we don't have control over. I hope that through the film I Swear, more people might take a moment to learn.
All right, Cassidra, unless you want to hear his apology, you can. I know you probably forgive him, I guess. That I don't really feel like hearing no apology.
Whatever. That's
Well, he apparently when he sees an N-word, he gets triggered, and he just can't control saying the N-word. That's the difference, Most of them can control saying it; they'll just say it in their head, and then when they get home, like, "Oh my God, I saw a bunch of N-words today," Now, Cassidra, do you want to be mad or just move on to the next thing?
It was someone by the name of.
Because
I'm not mad about nothing them crackers do. Because I expect it from them. I expect it.
It is literally involuntary, meaning that
he's a little retarded, but he's not. Now, no matter what it is, they can have Alzheimer's. They could be retarded. They can have any kind of be in a wheelchair. But they still manage to find a way to be Neanderthals, be who they are.
Over what is said here.
And in any given situation,
and he can still talk about this woke stuff, but call you ableism.
In any given
They can
situation.
always understand it when it happens to them.
In
Huh?
this case is because what I have is cerebral palsy. And what I can tell you is that occasionally my muscles will just involuntarily spasm, which obviously sometimes will make people, uncomfortable. The point I'm making with that, though, is
basically his mom and dad probably cousins or something like that. So
the same principle applies. And I'm seeing so many people say, oh, well, why would it be a slur that he says involuntarily? Not realizing that the very definition of how black people feel about the N-word as a word. But surely the fact that it's an involuntary thing does change the context of someone saying it. I'm not saying that it's wrong to feel uncomfortable with someone saying it. I'm saying that given the context,
you should just sit there and take it.
Negative intent on someone who literally cannot control it. Because I've seen people saying things like, oh, well, he would have secretly been thinking it, or he's secretly racist. And there's no way of proving that at all. There's no evidence.
Except for he said it, right? Except for him saying it, you know what I'm saying? There's no proof besides him doing what he did, I guess. Anyway, Cassidra. I will get to something that actually pissed me off out of all of this, though, Cassidra. And black people is cheering it on. Look at this, Cassidra. Black people is not apes. Did you know that? Black people is not apes. Because apparently we got to have a sign to tell people we ain't apes.
Ain't that something?
You know what that reminds me of? When we had this on, Cassidra. I'm a man shirt. We always trying to convince these fools that we are human, right? And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even play no video on it. That's how irritated it gets me that Negroes stoop to this level, Cassidra, that we have to go to this point where who are you trying to convince of this, Cassidra? Who? Did it work? Do we know that? You're trying to convince somebody who's more closely. I wouldn't call them apes because apes usually don't do the kind of sick stuff that they do. Apes don't eat their own children. You know what I'm saying? And rape their children. So they probably a deformed version of an ape. You know what I'm saying? As Neanderthal is a devolved ape. So I wouldn't disrespect apes. But why do black people feel the need to do this? Cassidra, we're doomed. Did you I hate to say this, but we're doomed, Cassidra. Man, you know what, Cassidra, let's just go.
I don't give a fuck what good white man it is. It's too many evil white men to be highlighting the small percentile of white men who did anything for us. And the motherfuckers who's in power don't do shit for us.
Oh, no, I forgot to do it before I went to that one. Because
Google is apologizing for sending out an offensive notification about the recent BAFTA Film Awards controversy, which included the use of the N-word. The Google push alert comes after Sunday's BAFTA ceremony, where a pre-taped moment aired unedited, showing Tourette's activist John Davidson shouting the N-word while Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenting on stage, sparking outrage. Google confirmed to Variety that the slur was sent to only a very small amount of users who have push notifications turned on. The company says it was not caused by an AI system error, despite earlier reports. Instead, Google explained that its safety filters failed after the system picked up a euphemism for an offensive term from several web pages and mistakenly inserted the actual slur into the notification.
too.
We're deeply sorry for this mistake, a Google spokesperson said Tuesday. We've removed the offensive notification and are working to prevent this from happening again. Online users are furious.
Oh, damn. Even Google got Tourette's. Did you know that?
Ain't that something?
All right, let's listen to what this brother got to say here.
It's always an excuse when they saying something about us. Just like Trump said it was a mistake. His media person did it, right? He never took took blame for what those monkey outfits. You know what I'm saying? The pictures with Obama. They never said he never apologized, did he? He said my associate, my assistant did it. They never take accountability for anything. Are we not used to that by now? They're always going to make an excuse. They're cowards. They lie about everything. I told you. Every time they open their mouth, they lie. Every time.
Yeah, I can't disprove that. I can't even debate you on that because I would lose.
We're too fucking empathetic for everybody else. I don't give a fuck what good white man it is. It's too many evil white men to be highlighting the small percentile of white men who did anything for us. And the motherfuckers who's in power don't do shit for us. I care about us. And my brother that's fucked up, I'm gonna say, look, bro, this is what you need to be doing. We have to start to understand culture and community and start having empathy for our brothers and not play this white man's game. We can't afford to leave no soldier behind in this race war that's coming for us, brother. I love all my brothers. I love them all. The ones who fumble, we're going to teach you how to hold the ball tight, pause, and score the motherfucking touch. See, the problem with us is we're too fucking empathetic for everybody else.
Oh, what you think about that, Cassidra?
You know what? I don't even know what to say.
No, well, let me show you an example, right? Look at these Negroes in the world that exist with us. Like when I'd be trying to be, but we gonna learn one way or another though.
Now here is the gist. A white woman harasses a Mexican man, threatening to deport him.
Disgusting.
Reporting him to ICE agents, stuff like that. Then black women stood up for the Mexican man, the white woman.
Now, black women stood up to the Mexican men. For the Mexican man.
And turned around and called the black woman the N-word. Now, in the comment section, white people are defending her and they are calling her the subway queen. Now, TikTok is blowing up at the moment. People are reacting to this situation. I'm going to show you a few clips I've put together, reaction videos, and of course, I'm going to show you some comments. Stay with me. I thought to react to this because this happened, on a subway, and people are calling her the subway queen. I saw some of her clips on TikTok. She is doubling down. She is making videos, doubling down, reacting to comments, duetting videos of people in that world on those black women. Check these clips out.
A white woman harasses a Hispanic man on the subway, and 3 black women come to his defense, and the white woman calls the black woman the N-word, and everyone on TikTok is calling her the subway queen. They're making edits of her. They're saying she's iconic. They're saying she's a queen. What the hell are you guys?
Don't see y'all fighting and defending us. A black woman to come to the front, but when we come to the front and defend y'all, I don't see y'all fighting and defending us, because the girls on that subway was defending a Hispanic man, and that white woman was trying to chant for him to be deported. She was saying rude and racist things to him. We came to the front and we defended him. I do not see Hispanic people fighting and defending for the same black women that were fighting and defending for that Hispanic man. We are just the punch bags every time. Y'all just want us to stand up and make a ruckus and fight for y'all, but then when we get the crossfire for fighting for y'all, nobody comes to our rescue. I'm only seeing black people defending her. Thank you to the Asian creator that did make a video, but I am not seeing enough Hispanic people fighting and defending for a sister who was defending a man after she was calling for him to be deported in ICE. Fuck out of here, yo. I am not coming to no motherfucking front lines until I see.
Give her a t-shirt, y'all. She finally woke up.
A bunch of black people the N-word on the train, and without any need of context, we celebrate. They make videos with captions saying, "Want to play hangman next," and 19,000 people applaud. One time, my grandmother told me a story of when
See that talking about playing hangman? You better get your candy bars, as Cassidra would say.
Bottles at her and call her slurred. I felt a lot of things when I heard that, especially coming from a grandmother that doesn't really talk about her life too often. Hearing her tell the story
All right, Cassidra.
But you understand why? See what I'm saying? I don't even know what to say. We always do this. Always. You standing up, you minding somebody else's business. You defending people that wouldn't even defend you if it was the other way around. You think white folk would have defended her? Mexicans would have defended her? No. Why? Why was it so important? Why? I don't understand. Let him. He's not man enough to defend himself. Why are you talking? I don't understand. This is what I'm saying about Black people. We just told the little boy to mind his business. You need to mind yours. You see stuff like that happen, turn your head. I don't have nothing to say about no other race. I don't care. If they're disrespecting him, if they're calling him out his name, then some of his people need to stand up and say something. Why his people didn't stand up and say nothing? Why is it always us? We got to fucking defend everybody else on this earth except our own. Why are you talking? Mind your business. Somebody will fall. White man fall on the street. You think I'm going to pick him up? Hell no. I'm going to walk over him. I might step on him. But I'm not going to help him. I'm not going to pick him up.
Put some grease on the floor.
Exactly. What are we doing here? So you mad now because, okay, she defended the little boy. She defended whoever, the Mexican man, whatever. For whatever reason, she felt that she had to step in there. No, mind your business. Shut the hell up. It was enough of his people around for them to defend him. And if they didn't defend him, then you had no business opening your mouth. So she deserves exactly what she get to be called every name in the book because she didn't mind her business. That had nothing to do with her. So do I feel bad for her? No. Am I going to take up for her? No. Because you should have mind your business. And I'll rest with that.
Dang. So look, Cassidra, I don't try to go through the rest of this fast so we could go right. But I want you to see all of this stuff low key for real. But listen, less than 10% of the population and over 90% of the crimes. You not understand that, and that has a severe effect, right? And maybe you should be protecting yourself
How are you
and
doing? Welcome to my channel.
not only walking around with your candy bars, but it's probably too late now. But you should have done that. The rest of us, I have to take it. But look at this: the white girl at the park ran up on the little 13-year-old Black girl.
13. Look at this.
Your child came over here saying he's gonna get a shotgun and shoot me in my face.
And that was after you told him to shut the fuck up?
No, he came over here cussing us out. He was cussing.
Now the little white boy threatened to get his shotgun and shoot them in the face, is what the young sister said.
Out first.
Cussing how so?
Saying fuck, shut the fuck up. You need to watch your child. You're gonna come over here and
Didn't say nothing about Pop Howard.
Sorry, where are your parents?
Honestly, my parents won't. Don't worry. Don't worry about my
and that is fine.
Don't worry about me. Your child came over here cussing other children out. How about you watch your child and watch your child's language? No, really, I don't care. I'm gonna be straightforward because you shouldn't be coming. You shouldn't be coming over here saying, "So you're gonna be talking to my child any kind of way?"
Your child. I'm sorry. I need to know your parents and I need to know the phone numbers so we can have a conversation because clearly you don't understand how. I'm sorry. How old are you?
Cussing at us. Okay.
Yeah, our little white friends got up and left immediately.
Okay. You also. Okay.
And the little white boy just sitting there.
Oh, okay. So you know, watch your child. Your child was in this park by himself. By himself. But still at the same time, he came over here messing with us. What point you do not understand that?
I'm sorry.
She looks like she's the only Black one out there.
Boy.
Is that sad for you? That I'm telling you what your child did and how he came over here cussing at us? Cussing at us?
He is in third grade.
Are you?
No excuse.
He knows how to say fuck. He knows how to say he's gonna get a shotgun and shoot somebody.
She never addressed that.
You're the reason why double standards. Just because he's 8 and just because he's in grade does not mean that he can go around talking to any other child any kind of way. What would you understand that? What in your head do you not understand that? So do not come and step into me. If you want my mother to
I need you to shut your fucking mouth.
Who the fuck are you talking to, man? Girlfriend,
You
back up. Who the fuck are you talking to?
Because she got in a. She's 13.
I'm 13. I'm 30 You want to try it? Do not touch me. You know what? She's pushing that little girl.
I'm just telling you.
I didn't touch you.
She didn't put her hands on her.
Immediately lied. No, I record everything. Yes, come on.
Now her mom should have said, "Put your hands on her again and see what happens."
Got that on video. Hey, mama, there is a woman up there who just put her hands on me. She did. No. Every single person here knows you touched me first. No, you came in my face, man. Don't get in my face. No, sweetie. No. That is so dirty. I'm not going to stop. No. I never said that. Blatantly lying.
I'm glad I don't have kids in this moment.
First and foremost, why on earth would that lady get up in that 13-year-old face? Initially, at point of contact, she could have said, "What's going on?" When the girl said, "Your son came over here cussing at us, threatening to pow us," the lady
threatening to shoot them in the face. Her little boy or the little Neanderthal boy threatening. Go. I already know, Cassidra. Go ahead. I'm not even gonna say nothing.
But she jumped in the black girl's face. She jumped. See, my thing is, when the woman walked over there, why didn't you check your son? You so busy checking other people. I told you they never hold themselves or their children accountable for anything. Everybody else's child is always wrong except theirs. When that little girl told her your son was threatening to shoot us and doing da-da-da-da-da, why didn't she check her son right then and there? She wouldn't. She won't. She checked the black girl. Why? Because the black girl had nerves enough to stand up to her and tell her about her badass son? That's the problem. They never hold themselves accountable, and they never will. This is what I'm saying. And we're gonna go back to the Anthony case. You think they're gonna hold that white boy accountable for jumping up in that black boy's face? No, it's all about race with them. They don't see nothing but your blackness. And you being black, what is that law? You have no reason to even talk to them. Never. You don't have nothing to say. It doesn't matter what's going on. Doesn't matter what we do. Doesn't matter how we do it. You're supposed to take it and shut up about it. Period. No, those days are gone. Those days are gone. Stay out of our face. Keep your hands to yourself and mind your business. And that goes for black folk too. Mind your business. When you see something happen, walk away. Them other kids got up out of there, didn't they? They moved. So we had to be the bad one. I had to be the bold one. I had to say something. No, you didn't have to say anything. Why didn't you let them white kids tell the story? They was there just like you. But they didn't, did they? What happened? When that white woman came up there, they moved. They got out of there, didn't they? Okay, you should have did the same thing. Because the daddy, the child is crazy, and the mama, because the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So the mama dealing with mental illness, and her child is too. And that's what the black girl was dealing with right there, mental illness. Because that's what they are, all of them. All of them are on medication, every last one. But living in America, going through their household, what they go through in their household at night, you need to be on medication. What their parents are doing to them, and the other babies in the house, the other babies drinking blood, having sex with the babies, they all go through that. That's their culture. But the little girl, look, don't even talk. You ain't got nothing to do with that. Walk away. That's what the white kids did, didn't they? So why she didn't walk away? It doesn't matter. She ain't gonna believe you no way. She know her son is bad.
Mm-hmm.
He was crying. Walk away. He need to cry. Man your business.
But at the same time though, understanding where you are, why in an all-white place, right? Where it ain't but the one little girl who's black and 13 is out there in the park by herself. Right, you've seen how quickly. Now we've seen the black girls stand up for the little Mexican boy, but you've seen how quickly the black girls, quote unquote, white friends, the good ones, you've seen how quickly they abandoned her by her side. They was gone.
Yeah, they gone. They left. They was out of there because they know that crazy mama. They know how they people act. They know they shouldn't even say nothing. And they didn't say nothing. They walked away, didn't they? Because they already knew. Nothing that black girl was going to say, nothing that they would have said was the lady ever going to hold her child accountable. And they knew that. That's why they walked away. But they're going to leave little Ashley over there, little whoever got to, she going to speak up for the crowd. No, I'm not speaking up for nobody. I would have walked away. I would have walked the hell away too. Let his ass sit there and cry. Not my business. The mom would have came over there. I'd walk away just like everybody else. I don't need to say nothing. Now you got your mom. Now you get ready to get your mom in trouble because you didn't mind your business. Now your mama got to come up there and check that white woman because you, who should have minded your own business, brought your mom into something that she shouldn't be into. Seriously, because you know her mom gonna come up and they got to defend her now. See the repercussions of us not minding our business. Teach your child to walk. That's not you. Ain't got. If you don't look like you, shut the hell up and keep walking. We don't care. We got nothing to do with that. Mind your business.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna show these next ones like kind of as one, right? Because it's all the same thing here. Let's see. Y'all saw this thing with the professor here.
A Hunter College professor is under fire tonight for comments that were caught on a
Quote
hot
unquote
mic during
professor.
a Zoom meeting at Iguahara. It's a snapshot of the shocking Zoom attendees.
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
Right before that, associate professor at Hunter College, Allison Friedman, got caught on a hot mic during a New York City Community Education Council meeting. And we want to warn you, the comments are considered offensive.
They're too dumb to know they're in a bad school. Apparently, Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a Black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore.
The remarks made by Freeman during the February 10th Zoom meeting.
Dude did say I haven't voted Democrat for 200 years. And
Original
damn it,
what
they
he said.
ain't been-
G.
damn
Now,
it,
what
they ain't
Reggie
been
have to
70.
say about it? What Dr. Reggie have to say?
Lord,
You
have
got a
mercy.
whole bunch of Black folk on that live, right? You got one, two.
This goofy fool here. I'm sorry. But I mean, it is what it is.
He will go without being told.
Ayana Hunter College says she learned
I can't believe it in
on social media.
2020 and 1826.
New York City Chancellor Kamar Samuel condemned the comments.
Our students deserve so
But
much.
they didn't fire her, though, did they?
Advocates and elected leaders held a presser on Tuesday.
Did they
to
fire her?
Described as racist remarks.
Okay, but the Black woman that was over Yale, they fired her. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even anti anything with her.
You know what she was doing? Standing up for somebody else. and did that group of people stand up for her when she got fired?
Okay, there we go. See, here we go. Mind your business.
All right.
But this is what happened. They didn't reprimand her right there, right then and there. Whoever the head was should have reprimanded her. But that's their culture. That's what they do. That's their conversation behind closed doors. That's why nobody checked her.
Yeah. No, that's right. I guess I should have looked it up more.
Bullying situation on the Black student. Put it up for me. In an exclusive, Zani Ada Molekun, a mother in Delaware, was horrified when her daughter,
Delaware, the most racist state, or is it Boston, or is
was
it Virginia,
assaulted
or
at
is it
school
North
by a fellow
Carolina?
student. The school in question is Polytech High School. This is in Woodside, Delaware. She's now calling out the school for how they handled the attack and the aftermath, which
Let's be
ultimately
real.
led
She moved to
her
Delaware
daughter
probably
having
thinking
to
and putting them in the right
enroll
school.
in
Oh, this is a
school.
better
Let me
way
give
of
you
life.
detail. So the mother made the following allegations, quote, on the morning of Wednesday, February 28th, 2024, my daughter, who was a 10th grade student, was in carpentry class at Polytech High School. A student who had just cut a large sheet of plywood, approximately 2x4, decided to weaponize it when he jolted it into my daughter's face. As a result, she endured facial trauma, experiencing severe nose bleeding and intense pain. She managed to walk herself to the school nurse as blood flowed profusely from her mouth and nose throughout the hallway. Quote, I received a call from the school nurse who stated there had been an accident at the carpentry class where my daughter had been hit with a board. The nurse stated how strong my daughter was to have endured such an injury because she managed to walk down to the nurse and to have splinters from her gums and chin. I had conversation with my daughter regarding this incident. on Thursday, 29th of February, 2024. It was then that I discovered that it was no accident. End quote. She told me that the male student who'd hit her had been bragging to his friends since the incident. He said to some other students that she effed around and found out. End quote.
See, they can't even you see that? They can't even make up their own stuff. They even take your stuff to even. That's why you don't fall for none of their taunt. They can't come up with insults. They can't come up with anything. The only thing that they have is the psychopathic nature and the propensity for violence. And they only understand one language, which we obviously see what it takes for them. It takes for nobody cares about police brutality until a white person gets shot by the police, right? So therefore, going by the American logic, nobody would care about black injustice until, like somebody touches us and sees what happens, right? Let's just put it that way, right? And then just to give us like a visual of what that who was a girl who got hit in the face by a boy in 10th grade. But listen to this one.
I know, it was just like a normal day of school. I was just trying to get home, get on the bus. And as soon as I get on the bus driver told me that I was supposed to be on the bus. And today she gonna make sure I'm gonna get off the bus, so don't even sit down. So once I sit down, she pulled up to the administrators. And the administrators get on the bus. And they automatically thought I was on the wrong bus. When she told them my name, they got on the bus and just told me to get off the bus. At first, I refused. And then when I was refusing, they said, if I don't get off the bus, all the students have to get off the bus. So once all the students got up off the bus, I got off the bus with the students. And then as soon as we all get off the bus, they didn't check nobody's names. They just told everybody to get back on the bus. As I get back on the bus, they told me to get off. And that's when they called the officers. When I sit down, the officers had came on the bus. They asked
like Rosa Parks, like what's going on here?
The bus driver had pointed me out. They came back. They told me they asked me to get off the bus. I had refused and told them that, I was trying to tell them this is my bus, but the students is telling them that this is my correct bus. All the students on the bus was telling them this was my correct bus. Then, out of nowhere, one of the officers had said, if you don't get up and get off the bus or we're going to tase you. I said, I still refused to get off the bus. And that's when they tried to pull me and grab me. And when I got back up, when I got back up, he had choked me, tried to choke me. Then he tased me. And when he tased me, I got up.
So apparently it's 1967, and
I don't know, my general
can't get on the damn bus, the bus you're supposed to be on.
He tried to tase me again while I was getting off the bus. I jumped off the bus. And when I was off the bus, they put me in some handcuffs, and the officer who tased me had started slapping me while my hands was in the handcuffs. He was slapping me, then he tried to tase me again while my hands was in the handcuffs. That's when the administrators came back outside and tried to break it up. But he was already in the midst of slapping me. And when they broke it up, he was still running towards me. He was still trying to attack me while my hands was in handcuffs. He was trying to push against the administrators who was holding him back every time he seen me. When I was in a room with the other officers after this situation, when he seen me, he tried to attack me again. They had to pull him back and pull him away to cool down.
Because some of us.
All right, Cassidra, you heard that.
You see what I'm saying? This right here. Now the baby got PTSD. That's his bus. Now the bus driver should be fired. The school system should be sued. Don't just sue the police officer, sue the school system and the bus driver. Because the bus driver, for one, you should know your students, for one, right? For two, the administrator should know their students to know if he's on the right bus or not. They didn't even do any investigation. So let's get them all. Let's get his baby some money so that he can deal with the PTSD that he just got. Because everybody piled up on his baby. Please, The driver and the administrator. Because the administrator came on and told him to get on off. Why didn't they understand he was a student? Why didn't they do more investigating? The other students was telling them, he's a student. Nobody listened to them. Nobody knew this was a student. How come they didn't know? Do you have student IDs, or was there a way for them to do? How could they have handled this better without sending him through? Now he's got to get some medical attention now, psychological help, because you just PTSD this boy. He was tased 3 times, and then the officer acted like a maniac, attacking this baby. Why? Because he was black? Would he have treated a white student like this? Hell no. It's time to call these police officers out. It's time to call out the bus driver, call the school administrator out, and the police department out. Because they didn't see him as a child. They saw him as a threat. Why? Why? Because of his color. We need to hold everybody accountable, because they should have handled this situation better than what they did. Now let's hear their excuse. Oh, the driver said he wasn't a student. It doesn't matter. Do your investigating. Was the driver a new driver? Because if the driver wasn't a new driver, the driver should have known her students. And if I'm the only black boy on the damn bus, how you don't know the only black boy on the bus? But this is what I'm saying. When are we going to do better, black family? When are we going to do better? We're not even going to blame him. It's not his fault. When are we going to take responsibility for our own actions? We shouldn't have our children around them anyway. And I'm going to bring it all the way back to the parents. Why is he not in his own? Why do we not have our own schools? Why does he have to be around them? Certain situations wouldn't happen if we weren't around them. This baby didn't have to be PTSD if we had our own schools and our own drivers and our own buses in our own communities, right? Let's go there. We're not going to always blame white folk. This is black folk shit too, because we can do better. Get your children away from them. It's situations happening now that don't need to happen. You risking your baby's mental state now by being around them. We haven't learned yet. What is it going to take for us to learn? To do for self. Total separation, delineation is key. Period. And I'll rest with that.
Right. And I'm like, damn, it's like black children getting beat up because of on a school bus like this, the 60s or something,
It's never going to change.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's never going to change. We're in 2026 forecast, and it's still like 1800, 14, 1754. Okay, come on.
Right.
When are we going to learn? Enough is enough.
Yeah. Now, and consider it's like I don't want to go too long, right? Because there's 2 other things. I guess we could talk about this one next week, because it's a lot of stuff I wanted you to see. But like, I know Bakari turning over in his bed right now. I should have said that, because with the stuff that happened at FAMU and they can't say the word black, But I don't want it to be too long, so maybe we could.
We can't even call ourselves. Well, guess what? Okay, change it to melanated. Okay, yeah, okay, take that off. He doing us a favor. Change it to melanated and see what they say. Because we are melanated, right? Do we have to use the word black? I'm just saying. Florida going on. That's Florida. They ain't gonna never change. Go ahead. I'm gonna try not to say. Go ahead, handle that one.
All right, yeah, because this is going to lead us into something more positive. So we are going to go to this one. We're going to talk about that next time, because I think that's we need to talk about that, So I'm going to save that one for next time. But
First Lady's mouth, the country would have phrase I tried to avoid black-owned brands came out of a white First Lady's mouth. The country would have a meltdown. Racism is racist.
Yeah, they only had slaves, I guess.
Obama says she is mindful to try to avoid white-owned brands, and others also should be. So let's take a look at this.
If I hear of someone whose fashion that I like, and I know that they're a person of color, I try to make it a point.
Now, mind you, specifically her not saying any of what they accusing her of saying, by the way, but we're going to roll with it.
you know, I think we can all do some work to think about that balance in our wardrobes. You know, what does our closet look like and who's in it? Who are we supporting in it?
Right.
You know, and I think if you have the money to buy Chanel, then you have the money to buy everybody.
Right.
And so let us be mindful, I think would be my advice.
Yeah.
Well, and she's very careful with how she's conveying this information. I mean, look, we can all draw the same conclusion that, yeah, she's talking about don't just buy exclusively white people stuff, or not even the majority white people stuff.
That's right.
I think most people are going to be like, dude, I'm just going to buy what I think looks attractive or what I think.
No, we're going to specifically go out of our way to support Black-owned stuff. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to take what she said out and we're going to roll with it, Cassidra, because she'll never say this.
Michelle Obama's back in the news. She's obsessing over race again. I know you're shocked. Shocked. Here's a little bit of that from the Storehouse and Friends podcast this past Sunday. Top 54.
If I hear of someone whose fashion that I like, and I know that they're a person of color, I try to make it a point. But the clothes have to be available. You know, I think we can all do some work to think about that balance in our wardrobes. You know, what does our closet look like and who's in it? Who are we supporting in it?
Right.
You know, and I think if you have the money to buy advice
of designers, she's not talking about make sure you have pink, green, blue, and black and white. She's like, make sure you have people of color designing the clothes, or somehow you've fallen down on your inclusive whatever duties. I don't. Do you do that?
They do the same thing, right?
Absolutely. Support Black business.
Why is it that when we support our own, they got a problem? When they support their own, no problem. Nobody says anything. But why is it always you always have something to say about Black people? No matter what we do, they're gonna have something to say. Why?
I guess I would do
Not
that.
supporting us. I don't understand the issue. I don't understand even why are we even talking about this? I don't even understand.
No,
She said support your own. Okay, just like they support their own Louis Vuitton, right? And Hilfiger and all them other people. Don't they support their own? But who says anything about that? Nobody. But when you want to support your Black-owned anything and support your own, there's a big controversy about it. I'm not understanding the argument. So I'm gonna leave that right there because that's not even a discussion. See,
Well, no.
but it is a discussion because guess what? They do it because they're not used to Black folks supporting Black people.
Right.
We've got them trained that we don't support anything that Black folk do. So now that when you do it, oh my God, they're causing divide. It's already been a divide since day one when we got to this country. So what are you talking about with that? And that's what we hear all the time. Oh, you're dividing America. Honey, it's already been divided. We didn't do that. You guys did it by calling out race. Okay.
Yeah.
When you said, oh, black or white on the application, you started it. You created it. You invented it. But when we stand on it, that's an issue. But go ahead. I'm gonna rest with that.
No, that's fine. And I guess I was muted too because I was saying, now mind you, she didn't say that at all, right? First of all, but yes, you're damn right. Support Black businesses, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna say, right? You know, because of course they support and gonna stand up for their own, right? So that's why we're gonna use it as because she'll never say it. So I'll let them take that inflection as that because yes, support Black businesses, right? And here is a Black woman here, a sister who has
Tonight in
a
Ion, Chicago, 40 acres
grocery store.
post-Civil War promise made by the U.S. government to formerly enslaved African Americans. The idea was to provide parcels of land and a way to make a solid living.
But that promise was never fulfilled. Now, as we celebrate Black History Month,
Black people back then said we wanted to be on our own land. We know we can't live with no racist schools.
Liz Abuno is the owner of 40 Acres Fresh Market in Chicago's Austin neighborhood. She's sassy, she's smart, and she pulls no punches.
What would it look like if we actually got our 40 acres?
In Liz Abuno's eyes,
I wanted an open space.
it would look just like this. A Black, woman-owned grocery store.
I wanted to harken back to an era in time, but also make it timeless with like an elevated modern feel.
40 Acres Fresh Market is at the corner of Chicago and Waller, and it stands out. The metal exterior is bold with 45-degree angle panels and trapezoidal windows.
This place used to look like a prison. It was that you have to open it up. This is our beautiful produce department.
When you walk in, Abuno wants you to step back in time with modern general store vibes.
For the decor in this place, I wanted it to feel like a 1950s
grocery store in the Austin community. For years, people living here had to drive to faraway neighborhoods, even the suburbs, to shop.
Look around us. The mayor lives on the next block. The man can afford food. But until we got here, he had to go into Oak Park to get food.
While she doesn't like the term food desert, she acknowledges that when it comes to food options, there's vast inequality among communities. It's something she felt.
I mean, I like terms, but that's what it is.
When the only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So for me, the only tool I have is grocery. So any problem I see, I'm like, grocery will solve that.
For those who live in the Austin neighborhood, like Samuel Cora, it's a sigh of relief to have a grocery store in walking distance.
All right, so you see that, Cassidra. I guess I was supposed to play this when he was talking about just supporting other people, but yeah, support each other, I guess.
To no black-owned soul food store or no black-owned clothing store to buy no soul food or to buy none of their clothes. Yes, they will learn how to cook your soul food so they can open up a Korean-owned soul food place and sell you your shit. They will open up a black clothing store to sell you your fashion. And we got a lot of dirty-ass black people with a nigga-ass Willie Lynch mentality that will not buy from another person that look like them. Oh, who that bitch thinks she is. Oh, that bitch thinks she's so much. Yeah, she gonna be here long. I ain't gonna buy nothing from her ass. I'm gonna go over here to damn Mary Wong and damn Ching Chang and Chong, and I'm gonna buy my shit from them. They would rather see somebody succeed that does not look like them. We got this self-hatred that's going on. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I ain't never seen no Koreans going into no black-owned soul food store.
Right, that's all facts, you know.
Exactly. She's speaking truth. Where's the line told? She's speaking nothing but truth there.
Yeah.
So why is this a conversation? They're shocked that just because they're not used to seeing us support each other. And they don't want to see you support each other. So we make a big deal, then they'll stop. No, we're going to continue supporting our own. We're not going to, just because you made it a conversation doesn't mean we're going to stop. And that's why they made it a conversation so we could stop. No, we're not going to stop. Continue supporting your own family. Period.
Yeah, facts. And the last thing I want you to see, and speaking of that, let's go out with something positive here.
Family, we have this disgusting story.
So much. All right, not this part. We're gonna ignore that part for now.
Trust me, you can't do that.
You'll see, African women, this Russian man, African man, we really need to have a serious conversation. Because what essentially has happened is this Russian man has come to Africa to reconquer us as men. This has nothing to do with our women. This has nothing to do with African women. This is all about us. And if you stop being emotional for a minute, you'll see it. See, it starts like this, right? Every group of men on this planet, every race of men, every demographic of men on this planet, one thing that they do is they gatekeep their women. Look at Arab men. Look at white men, European men. Look at Asian men. Look at South American men. Every group of men gatekeep their women. The only men that don't do that is us. I made a video a while ago where I said black men have become universal cuckolds. I referenced what's his name, Travis Kelce. When Travis Kelce broke up with whatever her name is, last year's NFL season, I guess Travis Kelce didn't perform as good as anybody wanted him to. There were black men in America, black men making videos on the internet, podcasts. Black men were making podcasts saying that this man who comes from the race of men that enslaved us, that still rule over us in America, would have done better if he was fucking my biological mate. The absurd level of cuckoldry in that conversation. I called out a few men. Some of them came threatening me, this, that. We became cuckolds. And now this Russian man has come to expose the entire continent of African men.
So did this brother...
Damn, Cassidra. But okay, that was not positive.
Easy to love black women, and I love all women. I respect all women, but that's what I'm used to. That's my familiarity. That's my comfort zone. That's who's protected me. That's who's built me up.
Ooh, speak on it, brother.
That's been my expansion. That's been like.
I love black women. And I don't think a lot of people really understand what I mean when I say that, but I truly, wholeheartedly, to my core, just love black women. I love black women in every shade they come in, from the sensual dark chocolate black women to the vanilla bean brown sugar black women. I love black women's smile. I love black women's eyes. I love black women's hair. I love black women's style. I love black women's grace. I love black women who take care of their skin and love their natural face. I love black women with stretch marks. I love black women with no surgery. I love black women who go to the gym. I love black women that's thick.
All right.
I love black women that's
poet
slim.
now here. Let's go.
Still smitten that thing with love. And they will check you, keep it real, tell you when you up. I really love that black woman right there. The softness, the hardness, the mindset that they have. The closest thing to God, honestly. How shea butter and cocoa butter just emanate off of them.
My future wife, definitely gonna be a black woman.
Without black women, we be nothing. Black women are the source of all things that are great. Black women represent love to me. Help me, black woman. Y'all say the lips. I love how powerful black women are. Oh my God, have you looked into a black woman's eyes when she says I love you? That'll change your life. Black woman, there's no one like you. The black women come in every shade, every color, every size.
Real quick, to all the beautiful black women, all my sisters, I need you to understand something. Do not allow suburban whitewashed Uncle Toms and sellouts to trick you into believing that black men do not appreciate, care, and respect you. We love you. We adore you. You're the most beautiful thing smoking. Without you, wouldn't nothing in this world even exist. So as a proud black man in the black community, 2 black women, keep shining, keep smiling, baby. You beautiful.
All right. What do you think about that, Cassidra?
I love it. The truth. I love it. Come on now. But why do we have to say it? Why don't you show us? I mean, let's talk a little bit about that Russia. You got to go a little bit on that Russia thing. How he went across Africa. This is to show you how black women love dysfunction. We love white folk. We love white men. I don't know why. Because we see what they have done over the history. We see how they still treat us today. We see them chopping up black women. We see them molesting their biracial babies, because we had a black woman that actually married one and was on TikTok or Instagram talking about how her husband, who has children with her, was molesting their own children. Now we have that. Now you've heard that, right? That's nothing new. So I mean, we gotta discuss that. Maybe not this time, but maybe next week. That needs to be a topic. We have to understand, because they'll come and get you from Africa and treat you like crap in Europe. And because you got a house, you got a car, you got a little money now, then you allow it. No. When are we going to be proud of who we are, our blackness? Why not stay and build up Africa? If you can go to Europe and do what you need and be their maids and do whatever, you can build your own business here in Africa, because there's opportunities here. And I'm telling you, I'm looking at opportunities now. I'm looking at them right now. Why aren't we building up? Why aren't we? Build up your own country. You don't have to go to Europe and be their slaves. You don't have to go to Europe and be treated like dogs. But we need our black men to show us. We need them to really love on black women. Don't just say it, because I hear you saying it, but what I'm seeing is not the love. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I want you to show it and not just say it. Show them that you love us, because that behavior of that white man when he came to Africa should have been checked. He should have never went back to Russia and displayed the horrible videos that he's displayed about black women, and nobody checked him. Because he was still in Africa while he was doing those videos. He was putting on his Russia, whatever, TV or whatever. But you mean, did nobody see them? How do we find out that they were there? How do we see the videos in America or in Africa? How do we see the videos? Somebody had to share it, right? So why wasn't he checked when he was here doing those videos? If you loving black women like that. Am I making sense here?
And
I'm gonna work with that.
you make so much sense that it definitely needs to be a topic. And one thing I definitely appreciate, you don't take just none from anybody, not even from black men. You're like, that's not even enough.
I don't have no. I'm a hold me. I'm gonna hold us accountable, and we
Facts.
have to, because if you telling me you love me, then why aren't you protecting me?
Mm.
If you telling me you love me, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not seeing the love. How many videos did that Russian make? Black women that he, and didn't he have HIV or something that he spread to? Black women in
Oh
Africa
damn.
got enough. They got enough stuff to fight. We don't need to fight a nasty, dirty Russian or a nasty, dirty Neanderthal that's coming here having sex and making videos and making black women look so desperate and thirsty for a white man. You're fighting over trash. That's what they are, trash. They killing up black women like crazy, chopping them up. What the hell? That ought to show you ought to be scared to talk to them. You ought to be scared to be left in the room with them. But you still trust them. Not my white man. Yes, yours. We got a sister on
Especially yours.
TikTok now. She's so proud of this white piece of nothing. But I said she gonna get up. She gonna get a wake up call too. You portraying him like he all of this. Girl, please. Just give her 6 months. They probably just started dating. Give her 6 months. Give her a year. Give her 6 months. We'll see. She gonna get a black card. But let's stop it. Don't tell me you love me, but then you're not supporting me. Show me. Action is speak louder than words, black men.
And Cassidra, let me ask you real quick, just last question. Now say a man you like, you say your husband, right? Say somebody somebody comes into your house, right, and ties you up and your children, your daughters, and does what he wants to do with your daughters, like knocks all your pictures off the wall, right? Like breaks the pictures or whatever, so he rips, like you can't tell who is who, takes all your money, all your stuff, right? Living in your house, and makes y'all sleep in a tent in the backyard, right? And then can come to your back and come into that tent and take you or your daughters whenever you want. Now, how would you feel about your husband? Would you respect him? Would you?
But is my husband doing anything? Is he just sitting there looking? If he's sitting there looking, come on, bro. What are we doing here? That's
Well,
how is that loving me? You're not. How is that showing me that you care? You're not even defending me. You let this dude come into Africa and portray black women like he did. But then you say, I love you, black women. How? How can we tell? What did you do about that? He came in and invaded Africa and showed all kind of pictures of black women. And he's still breathing. Why? We have so many jungles out here, woods, and come on. You don't come to Africa disrespecting nobody. This is a whole black country. Respect the blackness. You don't come here building your own white cities, talking about whites only. Then go to Berlin with that. Go to wherever. Go to Europe with that. Keep that over there. Don't bring that to Africa because it's a black country. You don't get to say it's an all white nothing. You're in a black country, not even your country. Take that to Europe. Then you can have an all white everything, but not in Africa. This is what I'm saying. Do not allow them to come and disrespect you. They don't get to do that in they don't get to do that at all. Rather, it's a black country or America. They come in your neighborhood, you handle your business, they being disrespectful.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, because like as a group of people, we let ourselves get kidnapped. Like I ain't saying we ain't fight. Of course we fought back, but if a dude was coming into like raping our women like they were, there's no way that we should be alive. Like one of us has to go.
But we're not fighting back. And I'm gonna show you how. One example. You know that hospitals are dangerous. You'll still take your ass to their hospitals and try to hear your baby. And then you end up having it on the way to another hospital outside. You get kicked out the hospital because for whatever reason, I don't know, the black woman, you remember the story about the black woman. And then you have a nurse, she's in active labor and the nurse don't even care enough to take you up to the room so you can have your baby in peace. You understand what I'm saying? And then the mortality rate for a black woman to go into a white hospital and come out healthy with her baby alive is, what's the mortality rate? It's crazy. We know
Let's do
that, but what are we
right.
doing different? What are we doing different to change that? Are we building our own health birthing centers? Are we building our own wellness centers? We have enough money in our community to pool our monies together to create our own wellness centers, birthing centers, because that's what's needed in our community. But are we doing that? We know the difference. We know what's needed, but are we doing it? That's what I'm talking about. That's the example.
Well, no, yeah, and I agree. That's why we got to have because if that was the case, and as a woman and as a collective, like I should have just kept it on a collective, but still, like, people understand better on a personal level, because you wouldn't let your personal husband do that to you, but as a collective, we let this happen, and like the truth is, like, we shouldn't exist, or they shouldn't exist at this point because that happened, right? And
nobody should be coming to Africa. When you check them, you watch their behaviors. You shouldn't see a white man with a 2-year-old or a baby, a black baby, a black underage black baby walking around by himself in Africa. We know what he's doing with that baby. Why are you allowing that? Why? Nobody's checking that behavior. I'm a visitor and I see it. What am I supposed to do about it? What can I say? If the mama, the auntie, and other black Africans are seeing this and not doing anything about it, am I to come here, a stranger in a stranger's land, right? Am I supposed to say anything? Am I? I'm just saying. Why should I have to? Why should I? Because where's the mom? Where's the uncle? Where's the cousins? Where's the black African protecting the black African baby? If you see a white man with a underage 2-year-old baby, 1-year-old black baby at that, why aren't you checking that behavior? Why is the police officers not stopping that man? Hey, what you doing with that baby? Because I guarantee you, if it was a black man in white Berlin, they would say something, right? I guarantee you it. But you allow them to come here and do anything and everything held to the no. You don't get to come over here and we see you walking down the street with a black baby in your arms, because we already know what you're doing. So who's going to check that behavior? Nobody? Nobody did. I'm just saying, nobody did. Nobody does. Why? Why? Why do we allow them to come in and do anything and everything they want? I rest with that.
No, facts. Now, Cassidra, we gotta wrap it up with the only language, as you have been saying, that the 10% who have committed over, and don't ever forget that, right? Less than 10% of the global population, over 90% of the crimes against humanity. It's crazy. So let's see here, and that's the only. I guess I could have got a better one, but.
What you want to say?
You don't know how this country works.
Yeah, I do know how this. Back up in my face.
So again, he getting up in Adonis' face. Adonis pushes him off. So most of the interaction of the fifth time back up.
He interrupted. No, I wanted it was just a regular one.
The man looks like he sounds like he's slurring.
Back up.
And he spit in his face. I didn't even add that part. He spit on Adonis.
You know how this.
Now I'm gonna let it play.
Back up in my face. Bug it out. Back up.
Oh wow!
Wow. Only language to the 10.
That's
less
the
than
only
10.
This is how a lot of people will end up. You just keep playing crazy on this,
right?
Internet or anything. This is how a lot of you fake page niggas gonna end up with a nigga in real life. This is how a lot of you
touch me again and see what happened.
Just come on now.
That's all I gotta say.
Get got. You just gonna be sleeping on the side of the corner looking stupid, looking dumb as hell. All that talking and shit, all that fake page shit we doing, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. Shout out to my Adonis. This the shit I like right here. Knock out one of you asses out.
Call the police.
All right. One more, Cassidra.
Now this is what we supposed to be doing.
No,
This is
hey,
what we supposed to be doing.
do not be aggressive.
Do
She
not
didn't
be
say nothing when
aggressive.
he was being aggressive. Did he? See what I'm saying? You don't
Do not
talk
be
when a
aggressive.
black man pick up a weapon, but you didn't say nothing when he was pushing a black man, did you? You just didn't say not one word.
They didn't pull it off.
Yeah, they need to pull off. That's what they need. That's what need to happen. When they come up in the
High quality.
Don't be aggressive.
Don't be aggressive, but you didn't say that to the white man. Look at him.
No, hey.
That's right. Get the whip. Come on, get the whip.
Yes.
Get the whip.
Hey, Cassidra, you should have now. Cassidra, I wish you was on the shores of Africa when they came to kidnap her. It's probably a sister thought, well, hey, now don't do too. They should have had you out there like, get him.
Get them. Come on.
Don't forget the baby.
We'd have been ready. We're gonna get prepared for these crackers. We know them coming. And the ones that's helping them, we're gonna take care of their whole family. Help them if you want to. Help them if you want to.
No, don't forget the disabled one trying to get away. Go catch him.
All of them. All of them. Throw them in the nearest river. Yeah. There you go. That's right. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do.
You see how they pulling off?
Where you going? Getting out of here. I ain't staying around this. Good.
Now this works.
You have to handle right there.
This works on a global scale. When you pull out the whip, they be pulling off. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It works on a global scale. So, damn, Cassidra, we probably are doomed. But never forget that less than 10% of the population, over 90% of the crimes against humanity. But the problem is we see the effects of those crimes within us and how we are doomed probably. So Black people gotta learn, but hopefully maybe we'll get that whip one day and do what we gotta do. But I don't know, Cassidra, what you think?
We gotta do better. That last video speaks volumes. That's how we have to carry it. Period. That's how
Oh, you there? Oh, damn, I can't hear her when I got off.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm gonna come back, Cassidra, if you can hear me. I can't hear
But
you,
this
so
is
I'm
how
gonna go
what Black
back
folk
and
have to
just
do.
go ahead, go in.
Okay. We have to handle our business. Enough. We've seen, just what you just saw. You saw the video with the dude, he stood his ground. He's standing up for his rights, right? We don't allow them to come in and invade. We don't allow them to come in and treat us any kind of way. We don't allow them to come in and talk to us any kind of way. We hold them accountable. Seriously. Just like with Anthony, he held that thug accountable. He said, touch me, you'll see. The white boy touched him, and guess what? He got what he got, right? But you have to understand, they're going to always point the fingers because they don't want you to defend yourself. The police officer came, pulled a brother off the bus, but he belonged on the bus. You have to stand your ground sometimes. But why are we afraid to do that? Because they have taught you not to. They taught you how it's not okay to stand your ground. It's not okay for you to talk back. It's not okay for you to hit back. It's not okay for you to harm them. But they can do whatever they want to you. And guess what? They'll never be held accountable. Just like they fed the boy to pee. And now that boy getting to sue his mama, right? That white boy suing the mama, the Black mama, talking about, you said I was racist. Well, you are. That's known history.
Yeah, they didn't ask what about the disabled Black people. They didn't ask that question.
Exactly. So what are we doing? We got to do better. We have to do unto them. We have to rise up globally. If we don't rise up globally, and I mean across the friggin' world, because you don't have enough National Guard to do anything if Black folks stand up globally, nationally. This is something we have to do. In order for you to stop the bully, in order for the bully to stop, you have to stop them. And how else do we do that? We do unto them, right? Revolution, nothing changes without revolution. And sometimes revolution means bloodshed. Nothing will change if we don't shed some blood sometimes. The young brother got hung. Cobb County should be up in arms. Cobb County, our ancestors were attacked, and maybe we need to get back to the history lesson. Our ancestors didn't take this, what we're taking now. Our ancestors, like Lucius, fought back. Lucius, you went after him, 20 of them KKK members came up leaving town, right? I'm just saying. That's what needs to happen. You don't just sit up there and see them doing stuff and don't do nothing. Do unto others. The Most High already told you what to do. But are we doing it? No. Why? Because of fear. They beat us down so bad that we're afraid to breathe around them, afraid to separate, afraid to even talk about separating. We're afraid to even talk about delineation because guess what? They'll come and say, but you're dividing America. Well, I don't give a damn. You've divided America when you put black and white on those applications. You divided America when you brought us here. When you beat us half to death, when you sold our babies into slavery. and you treated them like crap, then came up with a law where it was okay for white women to beat our children to death, that they wouldn't be punished for disciplining the slave. Oh, I can go on and on, but I think you got the message. Thanks a lot for casting. Congrats again to the book. And y'all go support that book. I'm gonna get my copy.
Yeah, so support it. Support Cassidra too. Support Cassidra book. Cause support Rome in the bush and everything she's doing. Cause she's doing more stuff here than while she's over there than most people. Like I don't even say about all the stuff that she's doing, you know. But I will also say this, Cassidra. You know why they don't choose us? Because we don't like, and it's not to compare to anybody who come before us, because of course we stand on their shoulders and stuff like that. But we don't have the problem of being like, oh, friends, or saying the quote unquote politically correct thing to the point where it's not even correct no more. Right? I don't have to be like, oh, you're my brother and such, so that makes you my brother, and like I don't have to say none of that stuff, right? I could say whatever I want, and that's the problem, because when we say the truth about what it is, they're gonna say, oh, that's extreme. Now they're kind of getting the clue where there's no point, but the problem is I've been on here for like 10 years and I try not to show the same thing twice, and the problem is I could never show everything that happens all the time. You know, it's so many things that happen every day that people don't even know about, with unarmed black men and all sorts of stuff. So, like, the truth is, the only way to ever be free is on a level that I don't know if we are particularly ready for. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, less than 10% can be gone, but they still gonna always commit 90%. Like the brother said at the beginning, this is always gonna be, you can put out little fires here, put out little fires there, but as long as the machine is still manufacturing, you know what I'm saying, their system and all of its facets, you're gonna keep having fires to put out until you destroy the system itself, you know. And the only way to do that is realize that you are all you got. You know, we are all we got. And I guess they said it better than I can say it, so I'll let them have my last words. Consider it. Now take this from as me saying it, not as them saying it, so it'll sound different as me saying it.
Think is right now.
Barbara.
And we are standing up for what we think is right now.
He's standing up for what is right.
You're playing into your hands. Let me speak to him, okay?
In the name of God, how much more are we supposed to take?
Right, how much?
You people.
I mean, you people. You sound like I'm a dog or
How much
something.
more we have to take?
Forgive those who trespass
How much more we gotta take?
and lead us not into temptation.
All right, praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. That's what I've been trying to say all the night. We want freedom. Free Carmelo, right? All right.
Court to rule on the laws of the land rather than to mess with our children and ruin our education and put
Well,
our
I ain't gonna say that because we make the
They were
laws.
appointed officials, and we'll impeach every one of them if we have to get this country back where we're
Right. We ain't putting nobody in office who ain't for us or none of that.
All of a sudden, the tide is turning a little bit. You see how things feel now. You all come upset, huh? You all upset. Say somebody taking your rights away.
We want no trouble. We don't condemn these black people.
Well, we
They
kind
are human beings too. We understand that, but
They're
we want
Neanderthals,
our
so.
school. And we're going to get it if we have to go to Washington to get it.
That's right. We want our schools.
We understand that, but we want our school.
That's
And
right.
we're going to get it if we have to go to Washington to get it. We are doing what they have done many, many times.
All we have to do is what they have done over and over.
World today, is it wrong that we stand up for a change? For the first time, we are standing up for our rights.
That's right.
What is wrong about that? And why did he have to come over here to order us to do what they want us to do?
That's
Now
right.
we're not going to do it. That is over.
That's over.
For your right. And I mean fight for what you think is right and what's in here to fight for.
That's
You
right.
got a heart, you got a conscience. Fight for it. And give it all you got. And
All right, and I mean that. All right, fight for what you think is right, what you know is right. You know what I'm saying? Fight for your justice. We want our own schools. We want our own everything. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. I appreciate you, Cassidra, for coming on here.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right.
We get to
So
share.
yeah, as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're gonna keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.